All change again at the top of League One with wins for Plymouth, Ipswich, Barnsley and Bolton, and another bad day for Sheffield Wednesday. The pressure was seriously on Plymouth, who had to play before everybody else at Exeter in the Devon derby at midday yesterday. Given their imperious home form took a hit against Lincoln last time, and they've not been quite as convincing away, this was a huge win for Argyle. Did they blow Exeter away? Absolutely not. 37% possession and a deflected 70th minute butcher winner getting the job done. But they will not care in the slightest. At this stage of the season, get the job done, take the points, tick off another game closer to promotion. Now, I'm not going to praise Plymouth's resilience today. We've done that plenty. I do want to pick up on the lack of draws, and that is a good thing. It's only one draw in 14. Even though a few defeats have slipped in, they've kept the wins coming. We all know that magical 2 points per game can still be achieved if you win 2 and lose 1 every 3 games. So Plymouth stay top. They go to Shrewsbury on Tuesday. I thought if it was 3 or 4 points from these 2 away games, then the 3 home games coming up afterwards would probably see them over the line. That's 86 points on the board. 11 more points guaranteed promotion for Argyle. Surely 8 to 10 would do it now. Back into second place come Ipswich. Their win doesn't quite equal Plymouth's for size in terms of maybe the narrative, but certainly does in terms of the 6-0 scoreline. Charlton absolutely demolished. Connor Chaplin, the pick, with a hat-trick. Other than the blindingly obvious factor that this moves Ipswich into second, it does feel significant in other ways. The winning streak ended for Ipswich at Cheltenham on Monday, and they've bounced straight back, which now reads 9 wins in 10. That margin of victory as well. It's not just significant for confidence, but also, if this goes to goal difference, which it might still, Ipswich are well ahead of everybody else up at the top of the table. The momentum, the confidence, the current trends all point towards Ipswich getting into the top 2, but it is by no means any kind of guarantee yet. 5 to play, 3 of them away, including trips to Peterborough and Barnsley. There is still the very real possibility that Ipswich need to take at least something from both of those hard away games to get over the line. Never mind the wins, surely the most significant scoreline this weekend is defeat. Sorry, Sheffield Wednesday fans. It was Burton 3, Wednesday 2. We've said now it's a game of who makes the fewest mistakes. And once again, that is just not Sheffield Wednesday this past month or so. Burton have been a real nuisance since Dino Mumria took over. Very up and at and kind of all or nothing football. They beat Barnsley in their last home game, repeated the trick against the Owls. This Sheffield Wednesday impregnable defence is just a thing of the past now. And the Brewers had 3 shots on target in the game and stuck home 3 goals in the first half to do the damage here. Look, obviously I want to be polite and respectful to the Wednesday fans, but the level of this collapse is just mind-boggling now. I was calling them champions-elect week after week not so long ago. 1 win in 8, and surely this is psychological now in their players' heads. The Owls have played 1 game more than Plymouth and Ipswich up ahead of them. Unless now we get multiple slips from different teams, surely Wednesday need a minimum 10 points from the final 4 and hope for some trouble for Ipswich in those 2 tough away games. In 4th, Barnsley cruised in at Forest Green 5-1 and confirmed their relegation in the process. A big win for the Tigers. Obviously no ground was made on Plymouth or Ipswich points-wise with all 3 sides winning. It is still on for Barnsley to get automatics if they can pull out a 12, 13 or preferably a perfect 15 points from the last 5. One thing that does look fairly certain though is whatever happens, they're going to have to beat Ipswich on April the 25th to seal the deal. In the playoff race, Derby boss Paul Warne called it a 4-team mini-league between themselves, Bolton, Peterborough and Wycombe, but it was Bolton who came out of yesterday smiling. They won at Oxford 1-0. Perhaps their keeper Trafford survived a bit of a potential hairy red card moment in the first half. Peterborough surprisingly actually went under to Cambridge in the Cambridgeshire derby at lunchtime. To be fair, Cambridge are on a good surge at the bottom, whilst Derby County were denied by a very late penalty at Bristol Rovers. Rovers did create plenty in the game, but that penalty call does look like a bit of a tough break that late in the game. So my take, for what it's worth, well done Plymouth. Key weekend, maybe their toughest remaining game ticked off with a win. The fixtures would probably now not just make them promotion favourites, but also title favourites. Ipswich, fantastic form, and no word of hyperbole, it does look like promotion now completely hinges on getting favourable results in those games at Peterborough and Barnsley. Sheffield Wednesday, crazy collapse, isn't it? The extra game probably warrants near perfection from the Owls to get back in, and maybe a little bit of a hand from elsewhere. Barnsley, they're still in it. They cannot let Ipswich get any further than 4 points away. Preferably, they could do with them a bit closer when they face them, and ideally need to beat them on April the 25th. Playoffs, big day for Bolton. Maybe Wickham are out of it now, and we're looking at 3 for the final 2 places, rather than Paul Warne's 14 mini-league. Things move so fast in League One. We're back at it on Tuesday as well. Click up here to see what we were saying about this crazy promotion race just one round ago.